Hey everybody, it's Shane with Mud Hog Mafia, and we're doing another video today on how to put a rebuild kit on your oil pump. We're doing an engine build on a 800 Renegade, which is mine. It was, when I acquired it, the motor had a 890 big bore kit in it, and first time I rode it after I rebuilt the bike, it spun a rod bearing, blew a head gasket. So we're doing a complete engine rebuild now. But anyways, my first video I did the main shaft or crankshaft bearings in the crankcase. And the main reason I did a video of that is, amazingly, there's nothing that you can find on the YouTube or internet about doing that. Well, Dylan and I are getting ready to put the crank back in the and join the cases back together today, and I needed to rebuild the oil pump first. And not saying that it's bad, they say that they rarely go bad, but if you're going to have the engine apart, in my mind, it's not an expensive fix or precautionary measure. So I've already taken this apart, but I'm going to go back through the steps because, once again, there's not a video on how to do this, and it's pretty simple. But first thing you do, this is your oil pump gear, and down inside here there's a pin. Well, that pin, this pulley, when you pull on it, you'll feel it slide up a little bit. And what it allows you to do is push the pin out. Now, this is the cover on the new case. You'll be able to push that pin out with a pick tool, sticking it through here, and you'll be able to slide it out, and they conveniently have a little notch for that pin to slide out. Didn't know that at first. But anyways, I'm going to pop this off, and there's our pin. And you just slide that pin out. And you're also going to have 3 of these Torx head screws, which this is a T25 Torx head. These are usually, or should be, Loctited with Loctite 243 from the factory. So before you even go to start wrenching on it, it's highly advised to take a torch, heat up the area around the bolts, and it'll soften that Loctite up where you can break them free. But next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the cover off, and it fits like a glove. And in here, I'm going to call this an impeller. I don't know what the technical name is for it, but there's also a pin holding it in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to push this shaft down, pull the pin out, pull this gear off. And you really don't have to disassemble it, because like the kit I bought, it came with all the replacement parts, other than this gear, plastic gear, and the pin that holds it on. So next we need to pull this inner part out here. It's kind of hard to get a hold of it because it's smothered in oil, of course. So on our kit, what we're going to do, I'm just going to wipe down the inside of this. It should be clean. It's been submerged in oil its whole life, but still. And I'm going to take, I use this for assembly lube. This is 10W40. It's just clean, brand new engine oil. And it's a good idea, any of these internal parts, to lube them up with some engine oil or WD-40s used quite often. But what I'm going to do, the new gear, I'm going to, let's see here. I'm just going to put some oil on it since it's a brand new part. It drops right back in there. And then we're going to take our new shaft here. We're going to slide it through. And we're going to install our new impeller, as I'll call it. Slide our new pin in here. This will lock it in place when I turn it right side up. There we go. Now, this is the front side of the left-hand side or PTO side of the crankcase. So when you drop this back in, I'm going to put a couple drops of oil in here just to kind of lubricate everything up. You want to drop this back in. Sometimes you have to work it back and forth for the two gears, the internal gears to line up. There we go. And once you drop that back in, you need to line your hole up that's going to hold your plastic gear on, or hold the pin. Line it up with this groove here. And but an easy way, well, first thing I about forgot, I need to put Loctite on the bolts and put them back in. Put a little bit of Loctite on these babies. Don't take much. Get them almost seated before I snug everything in. Let's wipe off our excess. Now, the last thing we're going to do is put our plastic gear on. That I'm going to slide that pin back in, and you should be able, if you line it up, snap this dude back down on there. Last thing is your snap ring. She looks like make sure it's good and seated. And there you have it. Oil pump rebuild kit for a Can-Am. I'm sure it probably will work on any generation Can-Am side by side or ATV, since they all share same motors. Thanks for watching, and be sure to look us up on Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thank you very much.